Learn how to build a guitar routine that actually works. There are 5 main pieces to an effective guitar practice routine, and the most important part is getting the ratios right. For example, if you spend 90% of your time working on scales and 10% of your time working on songs, you won't learn very many songs. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you 1 tip, 2 ways that massively accelerated my progress without adding any extra time to my practice routine. The first of our 5 pillars of practice is warming up. So what is warming up? Think about an athlete. Before they play football or tennis or rugby, they're going to stretch so that their muscles aren't cold, but they're warm. They're ready to play their sport. Similarly, when we start playing guitar, we want to do something that's going to connect us with the instrument, help prevent injuries, make sure that we have the minimum amount of tension to play guitar. But we don't want to spend a lot of time here. Just like those athletes, they're going to spend most of their time working on the fundamentals of their sport or playing games, not on warming up. So we want to warm up, and it's really important, but it should be a very minimal part of practice, about 5 to 10%. 2 minutes in a 20-minute session is more than enough. Our second pillar of practice is drills. Now, drills are not warm-ups. They're different. Think using a 2-minute timer to repeat a chord progression, a strumming pattern, or a lick or a scale over and over again to build muscle memory. These are specific exercises to fix a specific problem in a specific song you're playing. Clearly, the keyword there is specific. These drills should be a small, isolated part of a song that you are working on, made into a drill you can repeat to work on the part that you need to work on. These drills should fill up about 20 to 50% of our practice. So how do you know whether it's 20 or 50%? If you're learning a new song that has a lot of new skills, or you're just starting out on guitar learning your first or second song, you're probably going to be much closer to 50%. There's going to be a lot of things that are difficult that you're breaking down into these drills. If you're playing a lot of songs that have the same skills that you've already developed, you're just building your repertoire, your bag of tricks or your bag of songs that you know, then it's going to be closer to 20. You don't need to spend that much time on working on the drills, but more time working on the songs themselves. The third pillar of practice is playing songs. This is going to make up the bulk of most practice routines. We got into playing guitar so that we could play songs, so it makes sense we would spend the most time doing this. Once you've learned your first song on guitar, it should easily take up 20% of your practice routine, especially if it's about 20 minutes, to review and practice playing that song. And pretty quickly, we want to bump that up till it's taking about 60% of our practice time. Now, you may not be playing the full song. You might just be playing a specific part of the song to work on and to memorize. So how do I decide if it's practicing a drill or the song? I ask myself, if I play it over and over for 2 minutes, am I going to repeat it a boatload of times or just a few? Playing the verse of a song is going to take 30 to 60 seconds. So a 2-minute timer is not going to get the job done. I would only play it maybe twice or 4 times. Versus if I'm working on just one tricky chord progression, I might repeat that 100 times in 2 minutes. Before we get into the fourth practice pillar, I want to invite you to join me for free at skool.com/guitar in my course and community. You get the course, you get the community of other guitar players, and you get access to me to answer your questions, all as my gift to you because I want you to succeed as a guitar player. Now, you might have noticed, based on the percents from the first 3 pillars, we're already easily at 100% of our practice time, and we've still got 2 pillars left. So what gives? Pillar 4 and 5 are woven into pillars 1 through 3. They're things that we want to do every time we sit down with the guitar. Pillar 4 is ear training. And every time we're playing a song, doing a drill, or warming up, we want to be focusing on our ear and focusing on how everything sounds. I know that seems incredibly basic to say, as you're playing music, focus on the sound, but it's important that we listen with intention. We're listening to how each note sounds, how the chord changes sounds, if we're getting buzzing, are we playing the notes we want to? Ear training can be as simple as focusing intently on the sounds that each chord makes. or the difference between chords as we change them. And it can be as complicated as learning a song totally by ear. So I'd love to know how you currently work ear training into your practice routine, or if you don't, why not? Share it in the comments. I know we'd all love to trade notes on what's been working for us, what's been the most fun, what's been the most difficult, and how you've seen it change your practice routine. The fifth pillar of practice is filming yourself. We all have a phone in our pocket with a camera and a microphone, and we want to use that to track our progress on guitar. Every time you practice, film one song or one drill or one thing that you can put in a file to go back and look at. We get two main things from filming ourselves. The first is we can watch ourselves play, and it's usually easier to identify problems and potential solutions to those problems when we watch ourselves. When we're focused on a strumming pattern in the chord, we might not notice our shoulder creeping up and tension there. But when we watch a video, it's impossible not to notice. But the second powerful way filming helps us as guitar players is when we're struggling, when we're feeling frustrated, when we feel like we're not making progress, we can go watch a video from a week ago, a month ago, and even a year ago, and we can see how far we've come. And it lets us know that if we keep playing, we're going to continue to get better. And that can be the most encouraging thing, especially on the days when playing is the most tough. There you have it, the 5 pillars of practice: warming up, drills, songs, and always adding in ear training and filming ourselves. That's how we make a routine that we stick to. I promised I was going to give you one tip, 2 ways that helped supercharge my practice without me spending extra time in my practice routine. That is leaving my guitar out and ready. So the 2 ways is, the first way is having it on a stand by somewhere I go all the time. I used to have it between the kitchen and the bathroom, and every time I would pass it in the house, I would grab the guitar and I would play for even 30 seconds or a minute. I would work on one thing that I had planned when I was during my practice. I might be working on a chord change, or I might be working on hammer-ons, but I would just play it really quickly once. And that is so much extra bonus practice time that you get in. Plus, you're reviewing the same thing multiple times in a day. The idea is we want to make it as easy as possible for ourselves to start making music. If you're ready to build yourself a practice routine that you're going to stick to, but you need some songs to add in there, this video has 4 fun and easy songs to play.